Hello YouTube, my name is DS and welcome back to another Super Smash Bros. Ultimate predictions video. This episode is going to be about a Pokemon character and what I've been thinking about the Pokemon character, or what could be the next Pokemon in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, given everything that we have seen so far for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Now I'm not going to talk too much about the whole Sakurai thing, about is for me to call them, because it can mean one of two things: either not many characters left, or better pace in the reveal of the characters. I haven't I haven't 100% seen it, so can't really say it on either side. I'm more leaning towards, from everything that I heard, leaning more towards the better pace, because it makes sense to be better pace from now on. Remember that we got, if the direct hadn't been announced, we would have gotten, let's see, 6 characters in a month. And even in my theory, that we can get, that there's still like, we're gonna get 7, still we're gonna have total 12 brand newcomers plus some echoes. As of right now, I think that we could be looking at like 7 new characters and 3 new echoes. That could, in the 2 months, you can space it out so that it's 5 per month, but it's not like all clumped together. But anyway, that's not the point of this video. This video is about the Pokemon in the next Smash, in Ultimate, and who will be the new Pokemon representative. Now, to me, if I was making the choice, I would put Decidueye as the Pokemon that would represent the franchise, either him or Tapu Koko. I think both of them could be interesting, especially Decidueye. And Tapu Koko could be cool. We don't have that many legendary Pokemon already as playable. There's not a lot of legendaries that could fit that mold. There's a few, but some of them have already been Pokeball Pokemon, like Solgaleo, Suicune, which would be cool to see as well. But speculation, obviously most people have been speculating that the Pokemon that would be in Smash Bros. Would be Incineroar. He's popular in Japan, more popular than Decidueye. And in Japan, Rowlet is the Pokemon, the fan favorite there in the 2 regarding that evolutionary line. It also could be a Pokemon trainer from Sun and Moon, but I don't think that. But Incineroar has been getting a lot of traction because it's Junichi's Masuda's, the director of the games, Jesus, of the Pokemon games, of the Pokemon franchise. That is his favorite for the generation. He really likes him. He's also the one that chooses which Pokemon goes to be in Smash. That's how Greninja was chosen, for example. And the Incineroar and the Litten evolutionary line has been getting a push in Japan with the anime and stuff like that. But even with all that, I've been thinking recently that maybe, just maybe, we won't be seeing a Sun and Moon Pokemon as a playable character until maybe the DLC. Now, recently I've been thinking, I think a lot of the characters that we think should be in the game, or that in any other Smash game most likely would have been as playable characters, will be pushed back to DLC to fulfill what people want with the ballot, you know? For example, I used to think Rex and Pyra could be in. People will say they're too new, and every time that came up I was like, they're not. Even with the roster being locked down in 2015, that does not mean that the characters were already, and the designs for Rex and Pyra being finalized in 2016, that doesn't mean the two things cannot be connected. Sakurai could have put them in the game when they did not have their design completed, and then when the design was completed, they began more full-on working on Rex and Pyra. The same thing can be said for Springman and Ribbon Girl. The same thing can be said for a Pokemon from Sun and Moon, from Gen 7. And even maybe the Breath of the Wild champions. That this game has been focusing more on what people want. And the results of the ballot, again, look at King K. Rool, Ridley being in the game. I think that the only character that we have right now that has been announced for Smash that would have made it regardless of ballot or not would have been the Inklings and maybe Simon Belmont, depending on what Konami had to say. But that's why I'm thinking that if Pokemon is gonna get a new character, it will be a ballot choice. Now, it's good to remember that the ballot was in 2015. Around that time period, Sun and Moon had yet to be announced, but Ultra or Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire were the games that had just come out. And excuse me, I'm gonna have to check something. Okay, so I went just to make sure that Suicune was a part of the Pokeball Pokemon already, so that I wouldn't include him, because I could see him becoming one of the most requested characters. And that's what I was gonna say. I think it's gonna be a requested Pokemon from the ballot that's gonna make it in. And if I had to put my finger on which ones I think, there's only a handful actually that I could see it being in. And I'm not saying like it's exclusively going to be a Pokemon from Generation 3. I think it's more likely that will be a Generation 3 Pokemon. So if I had to put my finger on which ones I think are more likely, or the fans would have requested, I think Blaziken and Sceptile are up there, because there was already the discussion about that in the DLC for Smash 4. I can see either or being in it. I can also see maybe a Pokemon from Gen 5. I'm not seeing exactly who right now, because the only one I can think of that would be requested would have been Zoroark, and he's already playable. Then you have Zekrom that already is a stage hazard. There's a difference between being a stage hazard and being in a stage. For example, a character that is in a stage is Miss Pac-Man and Captain Toad and Toon Link. They're just there, they can easily be replaced. And a character that actually does something. A character that actually quote-unquote attacks you and moves the stage and attacks, like, affects the stage. Jesus, why was that so difficult for me to say? But anyway, I think those two are the more likely ones. I could see Gengar. He's always been a popular Pokemon. A Gen 5 Pokemon, again, I'm not seeing one that would be highly requested. I could see from Generation 4 if I was to, well, maybe Glade could be one. I'm not too sure if he's that popular to be in. God of War I think now is more popular. But yeah, I'm mostly leaning towards we're gonna see not Zekrom, either Blaziken or Sceptile being in the game, unless like for some reason like a Pokemon like Infernape gained a lot of popularity and was up there, like, which is weird by the way. Infernape not even being in Pokémon Tournament. No, I was gonna say Blastoise, but we already have enough Generation 1. But yeah, that's about it for this video. It's kind of a short one. It's obviously predictions one. But yeah, right now I'm thinking way more of the possibility that we're not going to be seeing a Sun and Moon Pokemon in Ultimate, and the most likelihood will be a Generation 3. Again, this is mostly based off of the fact that Smash Bros. Has been all about the ballot, and I think, for example, that a character like Elma will take precedent over Rex and Pyra. And I like Elma, and I want Elma in, and I want Rex and Pyra, and if I had to choose between either or, I most likely would go with Rex and Pyra, because Rex and Pyra, actually, Rex and Pyra I prefer Xenoblade Chronicles 2 to Xenoblade Chronicles X, and I prefer the possibility of the Adam with Mithra Echo for Rex and Pyra much more than I like Cross as an Echo for Elma. But anyway, that will be about it for this video. So down in the comment sections, who do you think will be the Pokemon representative for in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate? Do you think it's going to be a Pokemon from Generation 7, Generation 3, 5, 4? There's 7 generations. There's a lot to choose from, although I do think Generation 1 will not be getting any more. I think they have enough right now. Yeah, thank you guys for watching. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. I've been Legend of DS. I'll see you guys next time.